explain you about SQL operators with hands-on. So before going to start with this session, let me show you the tables which are present in the Oracle database. So for that I am starting with command prompt. Here I am giving the command to get into SQL prompt as SQL plus / is nothing but root, as I am logging into the database using DBA. Now I got logged in into the database. SQL prompt is started. Now I have to get connected with the user. So the username I am using here is system, and the password, then if I give it, it will prompt me to give the password. The password whatever I have set, I have entered. Now it is showing me that the database is connected. So whenever I wanted to see what are all the tables I have in this database, simply I will give select t name from tab. It will show us the tables whatever are present. See, these are all the various tables I am having in the system database. These are all the things I am right now having. Now if at all I wanted to work with any of the tables, I have to start with the commands. So before going to see all the commands, let me go ahead with this today's session. See, here in this particular database I am having a table called EMP. I am also having a table called DEPT. Let me show the structure of each of these two tables. How do I see the structure of a table? By using a command called describe. Describe followed by table name. My table name is EMP. So when I give describe followed by EMP, it will show you the structure of a table as name of the columns and whether the column is not null or null, and followed by the data type of each one. So here altogether I am having 8 columns starting from EMP number, name, job, manager, hire date, salary, commission and DEPT number. So here it is not required for you to give the complete command as describe. Instead you can even use only 4 letters in the word, such as DESC followed by, say, the next table I have is DEPT. So this is the second table I am using. It is having 3 columns. They are department number, name and location. Now before going to see the rest all the things, let me go ahead and start with the today's topic. So today's topic is, I wanted to discuss about operators. So as far as this session is concerned, let me discuss about what are all the topics which are already covered. So I have discussed about the basic concepts of DBMS, RDBMS and Oracle and its installation. Not only that, I have also discussed about role of SQL in RDBMS, and then I have discussed about 5 different kinds of sublanguages supported by SQL and data types of it, literals, format models and Oracle database objects, etc. Now in this session I would like to concentrate upon DQL or DRL, nothing but select command, and not only that, I would also discuss about SQL operators. Now first let us see what is a select command all about. How do I query the database? What do you mean by querying the database? Querying the database is nothing but I have the database which is provided with so many tables wherein the data is present. Now whenever I wanted to see what the data is, what kind of data is present and all, I have to pose the question. Querying is nothing but posing a question onto the database. So that is done by using a command called select. So here I know that we are having one of the sublanguage called DRL or DQL, meaning it is a data retrieval language or data query language. What for it is used? It is used to retrieve the data from existing tables of a database. It has only one command. The only one command is select. What it does, it retrieves the data from one or more tables. So retrieving is nothing but extracting the data. How do we retrieve? It will retrieve all the records, and not only that, it can also retrieve some specific records in the table, or sometimes it may retrieve all the records with only specific columns information. That and all is possible with the help of select command. Let us see what is the basic select command we have. The basic syntax of select command is like this. We are having select star followed by from and table name. Here The word select is called to be a keyword. There are two different keywords we are using here. One is a select and the other is a from. They can otherwise be called as classes, select class and from class. What is the very purpose of a select class? The select class, what it does is it holds list of all the columns that are to be displayed in the output, and from class it holds the list of all the tables containing the data. And whereas the star over here is representing all the columns that are present in the table. Now, what is the basic example I have? How do I write? Supposing I am having an employee table. Whenever I wanted to see the complete information present in the table, what is the query or command I would give? I would give it as select a star from employees. Then it will list me all the employees whatever are present with the columns such as employee number, name, job, rest all things. Here total 8 columns are present with 14 records. Now let me show you the same thing in the demonstration. See, I have a table called EMP, and now to see the contents present in the employee table with all the columns. As I told you, there are total 8 columns such as EMP number, name, job, manager, hire date, salary, commission and department number. So whenever I wanted to see all the columns information of all the employees, I should give the command as select a star and from table. What is the table name here? EMP. Now it will show me all the records that are being present in this particular thing. See, here is the data we are able to see. This is 7839 King, President, hire date is so and so, salary is so and so, commission is not there, and the department is 10. Like this, I am getting the complete data whatever I have. As I told you, there are 14 rows and 8 columns. It is the same thing we are able to see here. Next, what is a select command all about? How do we use it? We can use select command to retrieve the data in 3 ways. One way I can call it as a projection, second way I can call it as a selection, and third way I can call it as join. So what is the meaning of projection? Projection is nothing but whenever I wanted to retrieve the data present in a table with only a specific column list. I wanted to get the data of all the rows but with a specific set of columns. How do I get it? It is exactly like this. Projection is used to choose columns in a table. What is the syntax of it? Select column 1, column 2 and so on. Whatever the columns you wanted to retrieve, you have to mention them followed by from and the from class followed by the table name. So here when I am having, say for example, 5 columns, among the 5 columns I wanted to get only the columns which are marked in blue. So this process I will be calling it as projection. Similarly, I have one more thing called selection. Selection is meant for limiting the rows selected by using a where class, meaning I wanted to choose only those rows in the table that are meeting a given condition. So the condition you can provide by using a where class. Okay, the syntax is like this: select all the columns from the table name where the condition. The condition is based upon the condition truth value, the rows are retrieved. Whenever the condition is true, then only the corresponding row gets selected and displayed. Otherwise, the row will not be displayed. See here, I am having the set of rows in this table. All the ones that are marked white are not satisfying the condition, whereas all the ones that are marked blue are satisfying the condition. Hence, I am able to extract only 4 rows out of total 8 rows that are present in the table. How and all we will see with an example. See here, let me go for this example. I wanted to display only the salary. So how do I give? If you wanted to retrieve only salary, you should give select followed by salary instead of star. Star refers to all the columns: employee number, name, job, manager, hire date, salary, commission and department number. Instead of mentioning all of them, what we are doing is we are simply giving it as select star. But here I am specific. I don't want to display all the columns. What I wanted to display here is I just wanted to display only salary of which employees. I am interested in looking at the salary of only the employees who are the employees of department number 30. Say I wanted to get the data of only department number 30 employees. It is like this. See here, let me go for this. Here this is department number 30. This is also department number 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. So what is going to happen? The query execution will be like this. First, the entire table will be brought from the hard disk onto the main memory, and then what it does is, first of all, it will go and take the department number of first row. What is the department number of first row? It is 10. It will substitute it here in the condition. Now it will check whether 10 is equal to 30 or not. Is 10 is equal to 30? No, the condition is failed. Therefore, this record won't be selected for display. No, this is not selected for display. Similarly, the next one is taken. 20 is not equal to 30. 20 is not equal to 30. Even here also it is not equal to 30. Coming to here, the department number, next row it has chosen the department number is 30. Here when it is substituted here in this, 30 is equal to 30. So the record is selected for output. Like this, it will keep on repeat with all the rows. Once it is done, how many records are selected? All the 6 rows are selected. From among these rows, it will fetch only the salary column. So how many rows will come here? Only these values will be outputted. Let us see the same thing as a demonstration. See, select salary from the table EMP where DEPT number is equal to 30. What it does? It will display the salary of only those rows which are having 30 as their department number. This is how the selection will be done. So here this part we are calling it as projection, and here this part we are calling it as selection. Otherwise, let me go ahead with another example. I wanted to display the data of all the columns. The first column name is EMP number, next column name is name, then we have job, then NGR, and then hire date, followed by salary, commission, and then DEPT number. From which table are we selecting? From EMP table. Then what is happening here? It is showing me the complete information. What is the query I have given? I have given the query like this. See here, it is tedious for me to list all the column names. Here in this table, I am taking only 8 columns. What if your table is having some 100 columns? You are supposed to give all the column names. So when you wanted to retrieve the data for all the columns, it is not at all a good thing to go ahead with all the column names. Instead, what you should do? You should give the command as select star from EMP. This is what is happening. My next requirement is that I wanted to show the data of all the employees with all the columns. Display all employees of DEPT number 10. How do you show that? Your requirement is all the data. So select star. From which table you are retrieving? From EMP. What is the condition you are having? The department number should be equal to 1. Then in such a case, you are going for selection. So selection is having a where class. So what is your requirement? The condition you are referring for is DEPT number is equal to 10. Therefore, it is showing you the data of only 3 rows with the department number as 10. Here is 10, 10, 10. This is how selection and projection will be done. The other thing is that I wanted to display the data of display name and job of all employees. What you should do? You should say select name, comma, job from EMP. See what is happening here. You are not interested in all the 8 columns. What columns are you selecting? Only 2 columns. This operation you are going to call it as projection. Whereas if you are giving it as select star from EMP where DEPT number is equal to 10 is considered to be what? It is simply a selection. You are selecting only those rows. This is a selection operation and the other one is a projection operation. Okay, see, this is how you are working with selection and projection. Now let me go ahead with our upcoming slides. Next one is I have SQL operators. What are SQL operators basically? I'm sorry. What are operators? Operators are the symbols that manipulate the individual data items called operands or arguments. Operators are represented by special characters or by keywords. For example, plus, star, forward slash, etc. in and any. Basically, SQL operators are categorized into different types. Like unary operators, they are the operators that applied only on a single operand. And coming to the second category, binary operators. What are they? They are the operators that are applied upon two operands. Say for example a plus b, where a and b are called to be operands and plus is considered to be what? Plus is called to be a, this is a plus b, where a and b are operands and plus is an operator. So this is how you will be working on. And coming to the next one, we are also having other operators. They are having special features. And coming to the next one, there are different types of SQL operators. What are the various types of operators I am having? They are arithmetic operators. They are simply plus for addition, minus for the subtraction, star, forward slash for division, and mod. Mod is for obtaining the remainder after division. And coming to the next one, we have logical operators. As with other languages, you know what are all the logical operators we are having. Basically, they are meant for connecting two expressions. They are simply and, or, and not. Coming to the next one, we are having relational operators such as greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and so on. And we are having a concatenation operator. It is represented as two pipe symbols. And here concatenation is meant for connecting one string with the other string, or else connecting a string with the value present in a variable. Then what you will be doing? You will be using a concatenation operator. Now the other thing we have is assignment operator. As we all know, assignment operator is equal to. Apart from this, we are having miscellaneous operators like between, not between, like, not like, in, not in, is null and is not null. Other than that, we are having set comparison operators like exists, not exists, any, all, and some. We will be discussing in the upcoming sessions. And coming to the other one, we are having set operations. They are union, union all, intersect, and minus. Okay, so what are operators? Arithmetic operators are, they are meant for expressing the numeric operations. The arithmetic operators are categorized into plus, minus. When they denote a positive or a negative expression, they are considered to be unary operators. If they are attached with only one operand, they are simply considered to be unary operators. If they are attached with two operands on either side of them, they are considered to be binary operators. So they are meant for adding and subtracting. And coming to the next one, star and forward slash. They are meant for multiplying and dividing. These are also applicable among the two operands, hence they are called as binary operators. So now let us see the example. Select star from EMP where salary minus salary is less than 0. Now let us try to work on it. First of all, see here, select. I wanted to get the data of all the employees from EMPs whose salary is where negative salary minus of salary is less than 0. Is the salary less than 0? Yes. Minus of salary. See, when I give the command as minus salary, what is happening here? It is salary. Minus is applicable only on a single operand, single field. Hence it is called as a unary operator. So when I apply minus before the salary, it will become minus 2450 minus 1300. Is minus 1300 is less than 0? Yes, true. Therefore, the record is selected. Other than that, we are also having other operators like plus. See, plus and minus. Whenever I wanted to get the hire date, okay, of all the employees, okay, how do I get it? I can get the data, hire date of employees this way. Select hire date from employee. But here my requirement is not to see the hire date, but basically what I wanted is I wanted to get the employees whose experience is more than 365 days or 1 year. How do I get it? I can take the current date or system date. How do I get the current system date? By using a sysdate command. So sysdate minus hire date, what it does, it will give the difference in terms of days. If the experience is more than 1 year, it will be obviously greater than 365 and you will get the data. Similarly, you can also see the name of the employee, salary of the employee, plus if I give a 1000 rupees increment, what would be the salary of each employee? Name, say for example job, what is the present salary, and what would be the salary after adding 1000 rupees to it, plus 1000. Where is this data available? It is available in the table EMP. So therefore you should give the class as from EMP. Then look at it. Present salary is 5000, but the salary after adding 1000 is becoming 6000. Similarly, 2975, it has become 3000. So what is that I am displaying? I am displaying name, job, salary and all. What is this operation? It is simply a projection. Similarly, you can go ahead with other things. Not only that, you can even, apart from displaying the data, you can also modify the salary of employees. See for example, I wanted to give an increment of 1000 rupees for all the employees. How do I give it? I have to change the data. Update EMP, set salary is equal to salary, existing salary plus 10% on it. So how do I calculate the 10% on salary? Salary into 0.10. Now what happens? The salary of all the employees are updated. Now let me run the previous query. Salary plus salary from EMP. What is happening here? See, look at the last bottom 3 rows. The earlier salary of the employee is 950. Now the salary is updated to 1045 because 10% is increased. When we add 95 to it, it has become 1045. Similarly, it is the same case with other things also. Apart from that, we are also having this is the same example I have showed you. Next thing, let us see the precedence of operators. See, I am able to apply star, forward slash, plus and minus. So what is the order of selection? See, when I wanted to apply, when my expression is having more than one operator. For example, here in this case, I have a star followed by plus. This is the purpose of this query is I wanted to display the name, job and salary, nothing but annual salary with an increment of 300. Now whenever I give the command like this, select name, job, salary, and this, what is happening? As the precedence is like this, first priority is given for star and forward slash, and the second priority is there for plus and minus. So whenever you are having an expression with a combination of operators, first preference will be given to star, meaning 12 into salary will be done first, and afterwards 300 is added because star is having first priority than plus. So when we do that, the output would be like this. See, the salary of this employee is 5000. 5000 into 12 is nothing but 60,000. To that 300 is added. So altogether it is becoming 60,300. In the same way, it is the same case with other things. But whenever you wanted to change the priority order, what you need to do is parentheses are used to force the prioritized evaluation. How am I doing? My first intention is that every month I wanted to add 300 rupees to the salary of an employee, and then I wanted to compute what is his annual salary if I increment 300. What is going to happen here? Always parenthesis is having a first preference, so salary is added with 500 300, so it will become 5300. Now 12 is multiplied in 8, then the salary is becoming as 63,600. Let me show you the same thing in the demonstration. See, what is that? Select name, job and salary. Not only that, 12 into salary plus 300 from EMP. If I do this, this is the story. Now if I go for the same thing with a parenthesized reference, always this is having a higher priority. Now the output definitely will differ. See, earlier salary is of this is 12,840, now it has become 16,140. This is how the things will be done. Now coming to the next thing, next we are having logical conditions. What are logical conditions? Logical conditions are meant for connecting two conditions. They are and, or and not, and what it does is it returns true if both the conditions are true, otherwise it returns false. Similarly, or, what it does, it returns true if either component condition is true. See here, and requires both the conditions to be true and or requires either condition to be true. See here, I wanted to display the employee name, job and salary of all the employees whose salary is more than 10,000 and job is a salesman. How do I get it? I am giving. It is mandatory for me that both the conditions must satisfy. What is that? The employee should be a salesman, and not only that, his salary must be 10,000 and above. Then only I would like to display those rows. Then I will be connecting both the conditions by using AND. When both the conditions are true, then only the record gets displayed. Whereas in the OR, either condition is true, then it will display the output. Meaning those employees who are getting salary 10,000 and above gets displayed, or else the employees who are working as salesmen will also get displayed. How do we show that? See here, it is like this. Select name, job and salary from EMP, where salary is, let me take it as more than 2000 and job is equal to salesman. I am sorry, I have given the field name as ename. There is no field called ename, it is simply name. And then the next condition I would like to check is there are no records with salesman having salary more than 2000, because here it is 1700, 1300, 1300 and 1600. None of the salesmen are having salary more than 2000. Therefore, it is giving me a row, no rows are selected. Now, let me change the condition otherwise. What is the condition I am making? The condition I am considering is whose salary is more than 1500 and the employee should be a salesman. Where did I went wrong? See here, I have given the column name as name. See here, I am able to see only two salesmen whose salary is 1760 and 1655. Now, if I give the same thing with, I am sorry, again I have typed wrongly. This is the thing I wanted to give. Instead of and, let me give R, and let me take the salary as 1500 and above. See, these are all the employees whose salary is more than 1500. See here, president has salary this, manager, analyst and here. Coming to this, there is two rows which are having salary less than 1500. The requirement is that either the job equal to salesman is true or salary is greater than 1500. Either way, it will display the data. Manager and analyst, their job is not salesman, but still they are coming because the other condition is met, that is salary is more than 1500. But whereas here in these two rows, salesman rows, salesman job is true, but 1375 is not true. Still they are getting displayed. This is all about logical operators. Thank you. I will be continuing with the next session with other operators.